I was talking to my friend Linda the other day. She's 62, full of energy, still goes hiking every weekend, and honestly, she looks like she could run circles around people half her age. But she said something that really stuck with me. She said, "I feel like my body's holding up fine, but sometimes my mind feels tired. Like I'm carrying the weight of every worry, every regret, every what if from the past 40 years. And I thought, wow, isn't that so true for so many of us? See, here's the thing, our bodies age because, well, that's just biology. Our joints creak, our hair grays, and maybe we don't bounce back from a late night like we used to. But our minds? They don't have to age at the same pace. In fact, they shouldn't. Our minds are like muscles. If we exercise them, nurture them, and give them the right kind of fuel, they can stay sharp, curious, and full of life well into our 70s, 80s, and beyond. So why is it that so many people feel mentally older than they are physically? Let's unpack this together. Reason number 1, we stop challenging our minds. One of the biggest reasons our minds age faster is that we stop challenging them. Think about it. When we were younger, we were always learning something new. In our 20s and 30s, we were figuring out careers, raising kids, maybe going back to school or picking up new hobbies. Life was full of puzzles to solve, and our brains were constantly stretching. But as we get older, a lot of us settle into routines. We stick to what's comfortable, same job, same hobbies, same TV shows. And while there's nothing wrong with routine, it can make our brains a little lazy. It's like if you stopped lifting weights, your muscles would weaken over time. The same thing happens to your mind when you stop giving it new challenges. I read a study recently that blew my mind. Did you know that learning something new, like a language or a musical instrument, can actually grow new connections in your brain, even in your 60s or 70s? It's called neuroplasticity, and it means our brains are never too old to adapt and thrive. So, if you've been feeling like your mind is stuck in a rut, it might be time to shake things up. Here's a little challenge for you. Try something new this week. It doesn't have to be big. Maybe sign up for an online course. There are tons of free ones out there on everything from photography to history. Or pick up a crossword puzzle, start journaling, or even try cooking a recipe you've never made before. The key is to keep your brain curious. Curiosity is like the fountain of youth for your mind. Reason number 2, we carry too much emotional baggage. Another big reason our minds age faster is emotional baggage. Oh, this one's a heavy hitter, isn't it? As we go through life, we collect so many experiences, some beautiful, some painful. And while the joyful moments lift us up, the tough ones, like heartbreak, loss, or regrets, can weigh us down if we don't let them go. I remember talking to my uncle, who's 68 now. He's in great shape physically, still plays golf, eats well, all that good stuff. But he told me he struggles with guilt over choices he made years ago, like not spending enough time with his kids when they were young. That guilt was eating at him, making him feel older than his years. And I thought, isn't it amazing how our minds can hold on to things our bodies have long forgotten? Here's the truth. Carrying around resentment, guilt, or anger is like carrying a backpack full of rocks. It slows you down, tires you out, and makes every step harder. And in our middle years, when we're reflecting on life, it's so easy to get stuck in that cycle of, I should have done this, or, I wish I hadn't done that. So, how do we lighten the load? One word, forgiveness. And I don't just mean forgiving others, I mean forgiving yourself. You did the best you could with what you knew at the time. We all did. Letting go of that baggage doesn't mean pretending the past didn't happen. It means choosing to focus on the present and the future instead. Try this. Write a letter to your younger self. Tell them it's okay that you're proud of them, that they did their best. You don't even have to show it to anyone, just get those feelings out. Or if there's someone you need to forgive, maybe have a conversation with them, even if it's just in your head. Freeing your mind from that weight can make you feel years younger. Reason number 3, we lose our sense of purpose. This one's a biggie, especially for those of us in our middle years. So many of us tie our sense of purpose to specific roles, like being a parent, a spouse, or a professional. But as life changes, those roles shift. Kids grow up and move out, careers wind down, and suddenly we're left wondering, what's my purpose now? I saw this with my neighbor Tom. He retired at 60 after a long career as a teacher. He was thrilled at first, more time for fishing, golf, you name it. But a few months in, he started feeling lost. He told me, I used to wake up every day knowing I was making a difference in kids' lives. Now, I'm not sure what I'm here for. That loss of purpose was aging his spirit faster than any wrinkle ever could. Here's the good news. Purpose doesn't have to come from a job or a title. It can come from anything that lights you up and makes you feel connected to the world. Maybe it's volunteering at a local shelter, mentoring someone younger, or even starting a garden. Purpose is about finding something that gives your days meaning, no matter how big or small. If you're struggling with this, here's a simple exercise. Ask yourself, what makes me feel alive? Maybe it's helping others, creating something, or learning something new. Then take one tiny step toward it. For Tom, it was tutoring kids at the community center once a week. It wasn't his old job, but it gave him that spark back. And let me tell you, he's like a new man now. Reason number 4, we neglect our mental health. Okay, let's talk about something we don't talk about enough. Mental health. In our 50s and 60s, we're often so focused on keeping our bodies healthy, eating right, exercising, going to the doctor, that we forget to check in with our minds. But stress, anxiety, and even mild depression can take a huge toll on how old we feel mentally. I'll be honest, I went through a rough patch a few years ago. I was juggling a lot, work, family, you name it, and I noticed I wasn't myself. I felt irritable, tired, and just blah. I kept thinking, this is just part of getting older, right? But it wasn't. I was stressed out and I wasn't taking care of my mental health. Here's what I learned. Mental health is just as important as physical health, especially as we age. Chronic stress, for example, doesn't just make you feel frazzled. It actually affects your brain. It can shrink the parts of your brain responsible for memory and learning. Scary, right? But the flip side is that taking care of your mental health can keep your mind sharp and young. So what can we do? First, don't be afraid to talk to someone if you're struggling. Therapy isn't just for big problems. It's like a tune-up for your mind. Even just talking to a friend or loved one can make a difference. Second, try mindfulness practices like meditation or deep breathing. Even 5 minutes a day can calm your mind and boost your mood. And third, make time for joy. Whether it's listening to music, spending time in nature, or laughing with friends, joy is like medicine for your soul. Reason number 5, we stop connecting with others. Humans are social creatures. We thrive on connection. But as we get older, it's easy to let those connections slip. Friends move away, we get busy, or maybe we just feel like we don't have the energy to socialize. But isolation can age your mind faster than almost anything else. There's this amazing study from Harvard that's been going on for over 80 years. It's called the Harvard Study of Adult Development, and it's one of the longest studies on happiness ever. Guess what they found? The number one factor in living a long, happy life isn't money, fame, or even physical health. It's strong relationships. People with close friends, family, or community live longer, feel younger, and are just plain happier. I saw this in action with my mom. She's 75, and she's part of this book club that meets every month. Those ladies laugh, share stories, and support each other through everything. And I swear, every time she comes back from book club, she's glowing. Those connections keep her young at heart. So, if you've been feeling a bit disconnected, reach out. Call an old friend, join a club, or even strike up a conversation with a neighbor. It doesn't have to be complicated, just a little human connection goes a long way. And if you're shy, start small. Maybe send a text or join an online group with people who share your interests. You'd be amazed at how much it lifts your spirit. Reason number 6, we forget to play. Okay, this one's my favorite. We forget to play. Remember when we were kids and life was all about imagination, laughter, and just having fun? Somewhere along the way we got so serious, bills, responsibilities, all that grown-up stuff. But play isn't just for kids. It's one of the best ways to keep your mind young. Think about it. When was the last time you did something just for the joy of it? Maybe it was dancing to your favorite song, painting, or even playing a silly game with your grandkids. Play sparks creativity, reduces stress, and reminds us that life doesn't always have to be so serious. I started doing this thing where I have playtime every week. Sometimes it's gardening, sometimes it's binge watching a funny show, and sometimes it's just goofing around with my dog. And let me tell you, it's like a reset button for my brain. So give yourself permission to play. Try something fun, silly, or creative. Your mind will thank you. Alright, we've covered a lot of ground, so let's tie it all together with some practical tips you can start using today to keep your mind young and vibrant. 1. Stay curious. Learn something new every day, even if it's small. Read a book, watch a documentary, or try a new hobby. Keep your brain active and engaged. 2. Let go of baggage. Practice forgiveness, for others and yourself. Journal, meditate, or talk to someone to release those heavy emotions. 3. Find your purpose. Reflect on what makes you feel alive and take small steps toward it. Volunteer, mentor, or explore new passions. 4. Prioritize mental health. Check in with yourself. If you're feeling overwhelmed, don't hesitate to seek support, whether it's therapy or a trusted friend. 5. Stay connected. Nurture your relationships. Call a friend, join a group, or spend quality time with family. Connection is the key to a youthful spirit. 6. Play more. Make time for fun. Dance, laugh, create. Do things that bring you joy and spark your imagination. 7. Move your body. I know we're talking about mental aging, but exercise is a game changer for your brain too. Even a daily walk can boost your mood and sharpen your mind. Eat for your brain. Foods like berries, nuts, and leafy greens are like superfoods for your mind. A healthy diet supports both your body and your brain. 9. Sleep well. Good sleep is essential for a sharp mind. Aim for 7 to 8 hours a night and create a relaxing bedtime routine. 10. Practice gratitude. Every day, write down 3 things you're thankful for. Gratitude shifts your focus to the positive and keeps your spirit young. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and comment below. We'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you won't miss the next one. Stay well, stay inspired, and see you next time.